Today is July 22nd and we are going to be painting or drawing another water scene. I'm just grabbing my book and I hope you are well, and if you're here with us, don't forget to say hello. We're already on the 22nd. That's kind of crazy. So I am just pulling up the image and going to this humongous book that I'm painting in. And today's image is brought to us by okay, somebody's gonna have to remind me who the serious peacock is. Who's the serious peacock in our group? Oh, Lou. Well, now we've told everybody who you are on our Padlet. This is beautiful. So this was a recent trip to Portland area, Oregon coast, just over the Columbia River into Washington State. So there's this image that she posted, and she also has this image, which is beautiful too. I kind of like the other one because I don't think we've done any kind of streams or rivers going out into the ocean. So I think I'm going to do this one. Good morning, C. How are you? This was at the weekend. I'm missing one, which I haven't done. I think it was Patricia's. She posted two. But this was Elvira's, and I didn't write that it was Elvira's. I thought I wrote. So this was Saturday. So I did that one. This one was an upside down one. I messed up on this one because I put it in upside down, but I painted it upside down as well. So, and this one was Sitla's, who, it was of Christiana in Copenhagen. All right, so let's go on to our next one. Good morning, everybody. If you are here, I see C and Nanette. Are you painting, both of you? So I'm going to start by I picked up a few craft paints, so I think I'm going to do a bit of scraping this morning just to get some base colors on, and then I will go into gouache on top of that. Good morning, Laura. How are you? This is, oh, it's not dry. I thought it was dry from yesterday, but I guess it's not. I have to remember that I'm wearing good jeans as well, that I don't want to put paint on. I don't know if you guys will do. I get very messy with acrylics, so I've got to be really careful. That's one reason why I stopped using acrylics for a while, is that all my clothes were basically becoming paint clothes. And so then I switched a little bit to watercolor. Good morning, Anne. C says yes, both painting. Oh, great. And Nanette is getting ready for work. So she is not painting right now. All right, my palette paper has stuck to, which is very strange because I don't think there was anything wet on here, but I guess the humidity maybe stuck it. That's okay, I can get that up. This is glass, so I can just clean it. Dry is actually really lovely, the flatness of it, but I feel a waste to just clean it off with all this gouache on there, so I haven't cleaned it off yet. Okay, so I'm just going to get some blue sky on here and maybe just create a base for the whole image. think I would have loved working with Venetian stucco. It's very satisfying, the scraping. Meryl says, good morning, I'm home. Oh, good. Glad you arrived home safely. Was it a long drive? So I just, if you're part of our paint and draw session group, I just put a new, I haven't advertised it yet, but you guys can all reach it. I put out a new session that we're going to have on Friday. My sister just recently went to the Jurassic Coast in England with her family, and she took some beautiful photos. So we're going to be painting more water, but from a beautiful coastline in the southwest coast of England, in Devon. And I think you're all going to love it. It's called the Jurassic Coast because they found fossils of dinosaurs there. Meryl says, yes, very long. This was her trip home. Okay, I am going to get some drying in of this. Unfortunately, I can't mute myself when that happens, so I apologize. So yeah. Okay, do I have enough schminke to... I have to replenish these. I'm not sure if I have enough yellow. I have to use the Da Vinci's. Well, I've got some on the side there, so I should probably use it up. I'm going to try using it up. It's a very messy, messy palette, as you can see. Okay. I'm going to zoom in. Is that... I'm not sure who that was sitting on the rock of Lou's picture. Okay, let's get some greens in here, and then... Oh, and the session on Friday is at 3 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you can make it. I couldn't do a session this weekend, unfortunately, so that's why I had to do it on Friday. And yeah, so hopefully you can make it. I tried to make it so that East Coast, West Coast, and Australia, and I know that it's late for Europe, but I think, you know, it can work. It could work. It'll just be an evening drawing session for you guys. Okay, I need some more water on this little bit. It's all dry. Don't want to waste it. Great thing about gouache, and I always say this, is that it reactivates, so you're not wasting it. Mind you, it's not as bright as what I want, but we'll work with it for now. Okay, I'm gonna get the lay of the land. There's a little bit on this side, but I can at least get it sketched. I think I'd like the sky a little bit bluer. This color is actually great for the water down here, so I mix up some water and just block that in. And that says, I'll be in NYC. Maybe I'll sit in a park and join you. Oh, yes. Well, you'll also be celebrating your daughter's birthday, so, you know, if you can't make it, don't worry, you can catch the replay. Good morning, Susan. How are you? Nice of you to join this morning. Okay, let's get some more blues in here. This is all very light here, and I think I've gone too dark already. So can we talk a little bit about the month ahead, August? We know what we're doing in September. We're going to be doing a month of nocturnal images, which I always look forward to. It's a real challenge, and I love the effects of those, of the night scenes that we get. So we have September already planned. August, I would love to like pay attention to things that are around us individually, but maybe we can work on certain prompts or have like a list of what we need to look out for daily. So I recently discovered while I was in England, and I've heard about it, but I haven't really used it. I discovered the app Merlin, which tracks or listens out for birds, and then it tells you what birds are chirping in your area, and which I thought was so cool, because sometimes like bird songs I can't distinguish what is what, but now I'm getting used to like the bird songs. So I thought there could be a list of like what bird you hear, and then you draw a bird of the day, and maybe where you go. If it's like, if you don't go anywhere, then you do a little sketch of where. So almost like taking inspiration from Sam and her Draw Your Day. It could be a month of drawing your day, but I also want to incorporate Lisa Schaefer's book, These Three Things, which is paying attention to things that are around you, things that have been said, and things that you have seen. So what you've heard, what you've seen, and what you're doing. And so kind of tying in the three, making sure there is a bird of the day, and making sure I'm like present, and also maybe doing a little bit of journaling. I thought that would be a really nice just celebration of the month of August and summer. These summer months in the Northern Hemisphere go so quickly, and then before we know it, we're in cold months and complaining that it's so cold. So it's nice to even maybe like spend more time outside and go and see things. So I don't know, like the mornings, what I thought I would do is either finish up a page from the day before and maybe do the bird of the day on that page live. So I'll have other things on there and then add the live thing, or do the bird of the day in the morning and then finish the page throughout the day. Maybe I'll do it that way because I can get up and go outside for a walk. Maybe there's a couple of trees that I really want to paint, so maybe I take pictures and bring them back in the morning, and then for our lives, that's what I'll be doing, is creating a page. And I'm not sure if I want to create a page or create something that I can use, maybe like a gift card, or so design it in the way that I can reuse it as, or a month for a calendar or something like that, or a birthday, a special birthday card, or, you know, thinking about you card, or, and think about design a lot as well. So I know that it's a lot to think about. And I'm saying a lot and you're probably all confused, but it's, yeah, this is like my thoughts. They kind of come I've been thinking about it a lot, basically. So I would love to celebrate what's going on in August in my days, and do that. So I don't know if there'll be a daily. Maybe it'll just be a daily in a Padlet saying, you know, remember to look out for. Maybe we just do that, or people can post their daily bird. But I feel like we all can go out and hear, and the Merlin app is free. So if you wanted to do this, you could do this. Or if you have things to catch up with, maybe it's a month that you take and you catch up with the things you have to catch up with. This is really too green and I want it much lighter. So I'm going to have to wait for that to dry. And then it's like, oh. And Susan says, I love the Merlin app. Good morning, Kim. Yeah, so basically it's tying a lot of things in together, like being inspired by your daily, whether it's nature, or I don't know, it could be just what you ate during the day. Like it could be a whole page of, like Sam does, she does these beautiful pages where she celebrates her day. And I thought it would be nice to, if you haven't got her new book, to have a look at that. Or if you've got her other books, take a look at those, and they're beautiful. I don't want to copy Sam, but it is nice to celebrate and to celebrate your day as well. I know a lot of you guys journal, so you do that anyway, but maybe you don't put it down every day in imagery. And maybe there's a way to do it, you know, to create a the same format every day, and that really helps as well. So, you know, maybe you get a sketchbook that's a certain size that you've never used or drawn in before. Maybe you create your own sketchbook. Maybe you make little cards. I completely didn't get to Hippo's zine meet on Sunday. I was really upset that I couldn't make it. So I'm going to try and do that replay today, because maybe a zine would be nice, or a few zines, or a zine every day, so that, you know, it becomes almost like a little storybook every day that you create. And I think it's just getting into the habit of being aware and seeing things that are around you. We all do it when we go away and when we have that time, you know, on holiday or vacation. But then as soon as we're home, we think that everything becomes really mundane, and really it's not. So it can, your mundane can be special as well. Nadia says, this is a lovely photo. Yes, our lovely Lou posted this for us all. Natty, she added it to our group Padlet that we are using every day for our morning Shah's art class, and really enjoying all these photos. Hi Julia, good evening. Happy I could pop in tonight. Nice to see you. Hello Kelly, how are you? If July is water month, then what is August? Oh, you came in when I was just after explaining for the past 20 minutes. We're actually, well, I'm going to be celebrating my days in August, and I'm going to try and, I want to get out more, do more sketching outside, but in the mornings I think I will be celebrating the bird of the day that I hear, and also maybe something from nature that I see. So that's what I will be doing. So it's going to be a little bit of a different month, as in we won't be working from the same photo, but that's okay. Good morning, Maria. Nanette, so we are doing a daily bird and then maybe other things we encounter during the day. Yeah, what do you think, Nanette? I mean, if you want to keep a food diary and do an illustrated food diary, that's also fun. There's lots of things you can, maybe you make a list, maybe I'll help with that. We can have a session where we make a list of things that we would enjoy to incorporate into our days. Things that would make it easy. Did anybody do Hippo's zine session on Sunday? I feel like I was driving. I feel like I've been driving around a lot in these past few days. Anyone do? Oh, you did, Maria? Yeah, so maybe that we can incorporate that too in August, if you want to create, you know, is there 31 days in August or 30? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 31 days in August. Could create 31 little zines and you could fill them up daily. I mean, that would be a nice idea because they fit in your purse, right? It's something that you could have a little shoebox of zines for August. Thinking about August. So I've been using the Merlin app, and I don't know if I can, I think I can probably fill the days up with the birds that I hear, like each day a different bird. So I may have to travel around a bit as well. So we live about, I don't know, 15 kilometers from the lake, from Lake Ontario. So I could probably go down to the lake and hear some different birds that I don't hear up here. So I could do that. And then do some plein air painting as well, which I was supposed to do this month when I got home, and I didn't. Kelly says August being the bird month is interesting to say the least. Usually our bird month is in December, but it doesn't mean that you just do a bird. That's what I probably will get done in the morning, and maybe a tree that I've seen on my walk. Natty says, I was there at Hippos, but I was just watching how it was done. Maria said, I made 6 mini zines. They're not filled though. Are they the same? Did she teach different ways of doing the, like, were they all different, Maria? Different styles of zines? Because I think I know like a couple, but I don't know. I'm excited. I should be receiving, I bought Hippo's little pack of zines and stickers that she had in her Ko-fi shop. Do you call it Ko-fi or coffee? Gone way too dark on the water here. I may scrub it out a little bit. Yes, we've already done a flower month, Kelly. June, May flowers is usually flowers with our group. Laura says, I'm beginning to like August idea. What is a typical size for zines? A typical size would be taking an A4 piece of paper, just a regular print paper, and then using that to create a zine. I wonder if I've got any little ones here. I don't know if I have any to show you. Let's have a look. I had a drawer with some little zines in, and okay, here's one. Oh, actually, here's 3. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? We've done a few zine lessons. So this is one way of doing it. It's like a little booklet. I numbered them only because then I was able to see how many pages there were. So this is like that. So there's 8 pages on this one, but there are other ones. So this is basically an A4 size piece of paper, and then you fold it and you make a slit in it, and then you put it together like a little booklet. So I mean, that would be really cute to do 31 of these little zines painted. Do I have another one? Okay. We've created, oh, look, I'm getting all my zines out. So this was actually, we did a session with C, who is part of our group, and she took us on a trip around her neighborhood, and so we drew shadows in the snow. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but this one we painted like this. So we painted different images, and then we just made the zine afterwards. So I took that and created the booklet, which now doesn't close. There we go. So that was the, but it was kind of, this wasn't planned, but it's kind of cool how you create. So you could do that too. You could have a piece of paper and create your image of the day, and then just cut it up into, or like cut and fold into a zine, and have it like that. So it can be more random. This one was the same session. So I did it like this. So I painted flat, and then I created and made the zine. And they're little snippets, but I really like the images as you're turning. It becomes a little bit more abstract. What else do I have? Oh, we did a whole session, and I printed them out. this was, I can't remember when this was, but basically we did a zine to celebrate our group, and we all did one. So we had a session where we all did one, and then because we did it on A4, we could print them out. And this was during lockdown, and so people sent them in, and then we could all print them at home, which was really nice. So we did that. And did people put their names on them? No, that makes it really hard to remember whose they were, but you guys probably can see and remember whose these were. Maybe we should put our names on next time if we're going to do them. Anyway, so yeah, so we've done a few zines in the past, but I really like the idea of maybe a shoebox full of zines. That would be really great. And you could write on the inside so people don't see it. And I think, so this is why these mornings are great as well for me, because I can talk it out. And hopefully you guys are into it, but you can imagine 31 little zines, and they're not so difficult. You can put them in your purse. You can, you know, just write your day on them every day. Maybe we can call it a zine month, a zine a day. Nanette says, making a zine like that would be a great theme for Abstract April. Yes, that would be. Hello, Samaj. So brilliant to see the art and the zines. So much fun to see your creativity. Love seeing artists at work. Thank you. Yes, there is a replay for Hippo Zine class. And then I'll put a couple of links in my Substack for past zine making classes or Zooms that we've had. I think it was before I moved over to Substack, but I'm sure Esty won't mind because she did a couple of zine making sessions as well, and it was really lovely. Yeah, so I think that's solidified. I think we're going to be zining it, thanks to using, and basically I'm just going to celebrate people around who's inspired me. So Lisa with her these 3 things, and Sam with her daily journaling entries or art journaling entries, and we can celebrate Hippo for giving us the push on the zines, and then celebrating things that are around us. I know that a lot of you do that every day, so it's not really new to you. Okay, I'm not sure if this green is going to be too green, but we'll see. May have to bring in a little bit more blue. And says, very clever idea. I think it'll work for August. I know a lot of people, they go away and they're busy, so this will be something that you know, we all can do. And if you're really, you can just set certain things, certain goals for that day. So whether it's a food illustration, so maybe each page there could be a food illustration, the bird of the day. You could have things that you saw in nature, whether it was a tree that you loved, or maybe a new species that you didn't know about, or a new plant that you've seen. and then things that you've heard, things that people have said to you. Oh my God, I have to tell you guys. So I'm walking, so this, I can't believe people sometimes. It just was mind-boggling, and it kind of put me in a funk for my whole Sunday. I was really mad. So I'm walking Piper with a couple of friends, and you know, neighbors can be funny, right? We all know, we've heard stories, neighbors can be funny. And we live in quite a big neighborhood. It's not like a small neighborhood, so, you know, you don't really bump into people. You say hi to people and that's it. Well, I have a dog that barks a lot, and she barks because she wants to say hi, and she gets excited when she sees other dogs, and that's just who she is. And that's like my dog sitter says, that's a Frenchie, like through and through. They're just noisy. They bark at other dogs. They're not like vicious or horrible, but they like to say hi. Some, you know, some humans are loud, and you know, they are allowed to be loud. That's just who they are. Anyway, so we're walking, and whenever I see a dog that I don't really know, I just hang back, or I cross the road, or I stay out of their way. I never just cross paths like on the sidewalk. I would never do that. I would either cross the road, and it's always me crossing, because she's barky, and I don't want the people who are passing me to think that she is going to attack them or attack the dog. So I do a lot of moving back and forth when I'm walking. Anyway, so this couple who doesn't live very far from me has 3 dogs, and they are walking, and I hold back because I know that the dogs are coming my way. So I stop with my 2 friends who I'm walking with, and I said, I'm just going to wait here. And Piper starts barking because she sees another dog, and I'm like, stop, Piper, stop. Anyway, so we're standing there, and they're passing by, and she's barking, and the husband shouts over and says, the word is stop. Like loud, not like it was like a little bit muffled. I'm like, I'm a bit in shock. I don't know like what he's saying. And then the wife passes by a little bit behind with a small big dog, and we say to her, sorry, what did he say? And she said, he said, the word is stop. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you telling me how to like train my dog? I'm like, oh my God, I was so mad. I like, honestly, my blood was boiling. And I outwardly said, are you kidding me? I was like kind of half laughing, and I could not believe that somebody had the audacity to tell me. It's like telling you to tell your kid to shut up, basically. I was flabbergasted. And now in my head, I'm like, oh, next time I see them, I'm gonna do this like little stop skit, or I was like, I'm gonna put stop signs on their lawn. Like I was like, oh my God, I was so mad, so mad. Anyway, that's humans. So those are the little things that I want to be putting in my zines, because they make me laugh now, but like back on Sunday, I just couldn't believe it that somebody would do that. Anyway, that was my story. Crazy people in the neighborhood. Like who does that? I said I think I know, and I do use the word stop to my dog. Like I'm constantly telling her to stop. She's just a barky dog. Anyway, what would you guys have done? I want to know. Would that have made you mad? Somebody telling you how to raise your, or like speak to your animal? think I scared you all away. Anyway, it's yeah, sometimes fun living in a neighborhood with a lot of people that you really don't care for. Okay, I think this is light enough. I may have to put some lighter areas on again. Natty says, you should get a little costume with a stop sign on it or a t-shirt for Piper. I know, that's what they said, my friends. They're like, you should crochet a little sweater that says stop on her and put it when you walk. I would waved, kept going, and then brought a stop shirt. Susan says, how might you capture the emotion of that in your zine? Well, I would probably write the stop sign, and then I even know his name because we have a group that which I never partake in. Like, it's the neighborhood group on Facebook. This is why I do not like Facebook. And he is constantly chirping about people and their dogs and what they're doing wrong, and it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Tammy says, we had a shepherd-doodle like that, and I went to several different trainers with him because people were afraid of a big dog that acted like that. Every trainer made it worse. Yeah, I honestly think it's just because if I let her go up to the dog, she just wants to sniff them and say hi. It's not like she's aggressive. She just wants to say hi. Oh yeah, I was going to call that company. You know, the company that, like, I probably would have spent $100, but then I thought, no, he's not worth it. You know, the one that puts the signs for birthdays, like, or anniversaries, happy 25th or happy birthday, and they put they put flamingos on your lawn or elephants. I was going to ask them if they had stop signs and like put a whole bunch of stop signs on their lawn. I thought that would be quite funny. Or maybe I'll just rip up the stop sign from our corner here and put it on their lawn. I don't know. Like, it's just ridiculous. Hi, Martina. Tammy says, get him a school guard crossing outfit with a stop sign. Yeah, that would be funny. Anne says, I am in Florida now. Is that how it is down there, Anne? C said, I had a great neighbor story this morning, neighbors. I couldn't post. I'm thinking too many words. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you have a lot of funny neighbors too. Natty says, Tammy, that's even better because it could have a hat with it. Yeah. Anne says, I'm in Florida now babysitting my grand dog. He's also a barky dog, a Barry dog, who is aggressive towards other dogs, yet he's small. See, Piper sounds aggressive, but she really isn't aggressive. Like, that's, and I know that people don't know that, which is why I just hang back so that I don't, you know, get into their faces or invade their space. Like, I don't want people to feel threatened by her because she's, she's really not that kind of dog. But yeah, a barky dog, I realize that. Susan says, you have such a beautiful way with water. And Natty says, oh, you and Piper could both wear crossing guard uniforms and you could carry a small stop sign. Yeah, that would be funny. Tammy says, Anne, I live in Florida. It's so hot now. Heat warnings every day. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. It's cooled down here. I'm so happy it's cooled down in Toronto, or just outside Toronto. Really happy that the weather has taken a bit of a shift. Not sure how long it'll last. Actually, no, they did say that there's going to be heat warnings for this week. Anyway, thanks for your listening, everybody. But yes, I would probably put that in my zine and create, a little image of him with a stop sign. Just so rude. Those are the moments where I hope karma exists and it'll just come right back to him in some way or other, and not hoping for bad things on people, but you know, that's just rude. Just rudeness. And I was with a friend who knows him because, you know, his son went to school with her son. And oh, she had some lovely things to say about him. So, you know, people, it's a small world and people shouldn't be aggressive like that. All right, I think I have to put a little bit of a darker green in. Oh, we still have 12 minutes. Thinking that's not enough, by the way. Not that I want this time to be over. It's always not enough. So, anybody in with me with the zines for August? I think it's doable. I think it would be a nice way to ease out of the summer into a month of nocturnal imagery in September. And then October, it's always full of like things like Inktober, and there's also Birdtober in October if you're ever wanting to do more birds, but I'd like to do the birds that are around here. For the past few years, I think it'll be 6 years now that we've been doing birds in December, and we always try to pick a new theme, whether it's endangered birds, tropical birds. I think the first year I did birds, European birds, and then I celebrated North American birds. So, you know, there's a lot of different. And then last July, we used a bird for colors of the day. That was fun as well. So we took a bird a day and used the colors for that. And then I think we celebrated, I think I did a lot of Oaxacan images last August. Okay, there's a few little areas that are darker up here in the trees, so I'm going to put those on, just shapes. C says cold here, 53. Natty says, Piper, a girl or a boy? She's a girl, and she's feisty. But not like, somebody was actually shocked. They came over to our house, and they're like, Piper's so quiet. I'm like, she is a quiet dog inside. Like, she really doesn't bark inside. Only when the mailman comes to the door, but that's, you know, that's a dog thing. But and she just gets excited. She gets excited to see dogs. She loves being around other dogs. Yeah. And Julia says, that's a power play. Very rude. So rude. Yeah. I'm glad, and like it's strange, right? Because there was 3 of us walking together, like 3 grown ladies walking together with 2 dogs, and he had the audacity to speak out like that. Like, that's just rude. Rude. Yeah. I still get mad, but it really like upset me on Sunday. It kind of just threw my day. And it was early. It wasn't like even, it wasn't even an evening walk. So I had the whole day to process his demeanor. Tammy says, sounds great. I love zines. Okay, great. And C says, karma will get him for certain. Yeah, we'll see. Karma needs to get a few people, and I don't think karma is really working its job very well. Maddie says, I like how you're layering the water. Will you repost this video, Shar? I'd like to rewatch you layering. All my videos, Natty, are on, they're just they're just on YouTube. So it'll be here for a while until I decide that to take it off, but yeah. So if you're here and you weren't here right at the beginning, I have posted a meet for this Friday. I haven't posted about it, but I've added it to our paint and draw sessions. And we are painting and drawing the Jurassic Coast in England. My sister recently went there and she's been going there for many years. I'm trying to get her to come to the session and chat a little bit about that area and what it means to her, because she's been going there since her boys were really young, and so it has a lot of meaning to their family, and she can talk a little bit about it because she's done a bit of research on it, so she knows a little bit about the coastal line there. And just chat with us. It'll be nice to have my sister on. She never joins us, so you get to meet my sister. But we'll see, because I know it's 8 o'clock her time, and sometimes she has things that are going on, so it may happen and it may not. Oh, Jen says, what did the other lady say? Oh my God, they were flabbergasted. Just, none of us could really speak. We were like, I was so in shock. So in shock. It was a bizarre event, that's for sure. Jen, thanks for giving us the little tour yesterday. It was really lovely to see your house that you and your husband made happen for your family members. So special. Is this too dark? A little bit. Natty says, see, maybe he will not fully stop at the stop sign, through stop sign, get a ticket for full failure to stop at a stop sign. Maybe, Natty. I think that would be great. And she says, that's a wonderful outcome, Natty. And Susan says, Melissa, congrats on your new job. And Melissa says, thanks, Susan. Jennifer says, thank you for allowing me to give a walkthrough. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm sad that we didn't record it, but you know, it's probably better because that would be a lot of privacy out there. But thank you. No, it was lovely. It was really nice to see. And we've been there, you know, for all your ups and downs from it. So it's been really nice to see how it turned out. And yeah, I'm sure you should be super proud. I know you are. Okay, I need a brighter, not sure if I'm gonna get it. I've got a very messy palette here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a bright blue, green. Let's try putting it up here. So these are the areas where I should have done bright underneath, for sure. A lot brighter. So today I have a workshop, and it's actually called Working in Plein Air. That's at 10 a.m. Still time to join if you are interested. And it's really like I talk about the materials, a little bit about what I've used, what can be used, and then also we'll be working on painting. So it's not, we're going to be looking at images. I know we won't be on plein air painting, but how to change and adjust composition and just working with what you've got in front of you. And if you want to change things, how to change them, what works, what doesn't work. So that's at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then if you're coming to Italy with me this year, we have a session later at 3 p.m. And I just saw the time. Just want to get a little bit more on the trees, and then I think I'm good. Nadie says, if you threw hate grievances in the world, eventually it will boomerang back. I know. Well, that's why it's like, that's why I'm always in shock, like when people do this kind of thing, because I'm like, do they not know that, like, by you doing that, like that, by them doing that, that's not a good thing to do? Like, why can't people just be kind in this world? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Like, just, you know, keep your thoughts to yourself. It's just such a weird thing to do. And now he says, giving people grace and understanding is much better. Yeah, absolutely. I just have no idea why there are still these ugly people in the world. And this is ugly, interior ugly, because nobody can help. I don't think people are ugly exterior wise unless they're ugly interior wise. So, you know, I don't think there is such a thing as ugly exterior. I think you become ugly if you have the interior of yourself, which you can change. He could change. But right now, he is ugly. If you just came in and you didn't hear the story about the dog and the dog incident, you'll have to watch the replay. It's one of those, I don't want to give him more limelight than he's already got, but I had to tell you guys because it was one of those shocking things. Okay. I don't know what happened over here, but I don't like this. So I'm going to change this over here. The some reason I did something weird. I'm going to let that dry and then go back into it. Okay, I need a dark purple or green, but blue will do for my trees up here. Oh, Julia says, I'm looking forward to the replay of that workshop. Thank you. And that says, I'll be there, Char, plein air session, watching from work. Oh, great. And see, it's terrible when that happens. I had a guy once stop and point at my bulldog and shout, ugly, ugly dog. Ooh, at him. And I was so shaken, but managed to yell back, yeah, well, so. People aren't very nice. They're living with deep-seated fear, which they can't acknowledge, and so they take it out on others. Yeah. And some people have baby souls that make them less grace and kindness. He seems like a baby soul that needs more growth. Natty says, Melissa and Shara, I thought Canadian people were kind. Maybe they're transplanted Americans. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sadly, there are plenty of unkind people here, Natty. Oh, thanks, Melissa. That's what I thought. I was like in the middle of painting and I'm like, so are you. Yeah. It's hard like to think of comebacks like when you're in shock. Really is. Anyway, there's a lot. If you are just joining, please go back and listen to it, because we did talk about August and what we want to do in August, or what I'm going to do in August. You can join me if you want to. I think it'll be really great, and it'll be a little bit more interactive as well, because almost like April, abstract April, because we'll be folding and we'll be, you know, exploring what everybody's days have been like. So we could have like a weekly show and share on Friday to show what we've been up to, anything exciting. Maybe it's a good push to go to different places, to, you know, to fill our zines up with some different scenery. Okay, I think I am almost done for the morning. Tammy says, will you fold each morning or fold ahead of time? Ooh. I may fold each morning. So, yeah, I think I will paint the bird of the day every morning, and then something to do with nature that I've seen that morning. I've been walking the other dog every morning, and you see the world a little bit differently when you go out at that time in the morning, and I really love it. So I feel like there's a little bit of a pause, more pause, and the birds are out, so I can capture my bird that I want to paint of the day, and I can, maybe I won't capture it on camera, but I can capture it through the Merlin app. And then also maybe a tree or a plant that I take a picture of, and then I'll paint that and then finish my zine throughout the day, and then I can show it the next day. Maybe I'll do that. Melissa, have a great day. I hope you had a good day yesterday. Sorry I didn't ask. Nadia says, I like how you layer and then add the light onto the shading to get that light shining on the area. That's really cool. Thank you. Like I lost a lot of the light on here, so, but I'm okay with it. It's okay. This is loose, and it's of Cape Disappointment in Washington. Washington State. And we're on day 22. Thanks everybody for joining and listening to me banter about horrible neighbors. I will I will see you tomorrow morning with another water scene. Have a good day, everyone. See you. Thank you so much, Martina. Have you been painting, Martina? I'd love to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a really good day, everyone. Bye.